Hi, we're here today talking about how to build the fun and function bubble tube. Let's go over the pieces that you're going to need. So what comes in the box is the metal cap, the metal base, the acrylic tube, the remote control, the power supply cord, and then inside the metal base, we're going to have the power supply remote control area, the plastic tubes that connect to the air, and then the air pump itself. So the first thing we're going to do to ensure a proper setup is we're going to make sure that the plastic air tubes are connected to the correct nozzles and fitted very tightly. You can find the plastic air tubes inside the acrylic housing at the base. You're going to ensure that these tubes are fitted tightly against these blue nozzles. So for step 2, we're going to locate our power cord, which you'll find here. And you're going to locate the end of it and also the hole in the base. You're going to thread this guy through with one hand and pull through with the other, and just set it on the side for the moment because we're going to put the acrylic tube into the base and connect the remote and the power. So before we go to step 3, you're going to want to make sure that you put your base wherever you want the bubble tube located. This should be a stable, flat area that's also located somewhat close to an electrical outlet so that you can plug in the bubble tube. So for step 3, you're going to have your extra set of hands hover the acrylic tube over the bubble tube base, and we're going to feed the power in. A little bit higher, we're about like 6 inches away from the base. Taking your power cord, locating the IR controller, and inserting your power into it. So for step 4, we're going to gently slide the acrylic tube into the base while also pulling out the excess cord from the base. So gently lower while pulling, but ensure not to pull too hard so that you don't pull out the power cord. So for step 5, you're going to fill your bubble tube with water. For the purposes of this video, we're not going to fill this bubble tube with water, but we will be showing you a fully filled tube in just a minute. Make sure when you fill your bubble tube, do not go past this red max fill line. If you go past the max fill line, you can run into issues where there's overages when you turn the bubble tube on. So for our 6th step, we're going to place the metal cap on top. This will cover your max fill line so you don't see it. And for all purposes, the bubble tube assembly is complete. It's important to remember when filling your bubble tube to either use distilled water or boiled water that's been cooled off. Tap water can contain a lot of hard minerals that can cause buildup and problems in the bubble tube. We suggest to fill your bubble tube to use a pitcher or a watering can. We find that they are the easiest ways to get the water in without any spillage. So we're here in our sensory room in our office. We have a complete setup bubble tube with all of its housing. We recommend that when you set up your bubble tube that you plug it into a surge strip to protect it from any electrical surges. Now we're going to talk about our remote. This is a fresh remote, just like you'll have when you get your bubble tube. You're going to remove it from its packaging. There is a plastic tab, and it's important to remove the plastic tab or your remote will not work. I'm going to remove it now. And then we're going to use the on button to turn the bubble tube on. As you can see, we have a little bit of a gap between the max fill line. When the bubbles turn on, they do create a little bit of effervescence, and that is why we don't fill above the max fill line. On your remote, you can also control the brightness, change it any of these colors, and then also make it change colors automatically. I'm gonna change this to a rainbow fade.